Traveler. Hey, Traveler. You're finally awake. Did you have a good rest? I hope I didn't interrupt your beauty sleep. I'm aware that it's quite early in the morning today, but I was thinking of taking a little morning stroll by the beach, and I wanted a little company. Well, I wish I could ask the others instead, but you know the acting grandmaster and her sister couldn't leave Kaeya alone. Otherwise, she would sneak off to who knows where, until you hear explosions. I wouldn't want that red-headed hothead losing my cool this early either, both literally and figuratively. And the other two, they're too caught up with being by themselves. So, I guess that leaves you, now that you're up and about. Of course, you don't have to if you... Oh? Really? That's very kind of you, Traveler. I won't take up much of your time, so you can go back to sleep as soon as we come around. Feel free to do a little stretching if you want. I'm not heading back to sleep, so it's all fine by me. That feels good. Oh, now then, shall we? So how are you enjoying this summer getaway? That's good to hear. Believe it or not, I seem to be having fun as well. This takes me back to my childhood. And Dilute's too. The beach, the seashells, the memories back then. It's too bad you found most of this whole experience a little unpleasant, in my opinion. I found it surprising too that Razor became part of this whole ordeal, though Alice has her reasons for getting him involved. Oddly enough, I still have a lingering suspicion of that bard, allowing us to casually hitch a ride from Mondstadt to here, on Storm Terror, no less. If he could do that, then there can only mean one thing. Yes, he is gifted by the Animal Archon himself. There's no other explanation, is there? Don't answer that. I'll figure it out myself. Anyways, Amber and Lisa are really missing out on this. Well, Amber couldn't go because of her duties as the Outrider, and in Lisa's case, I guess I essentially made her the acting Grand Master. That's quite a mouthful. Don't worry though, I told her I'd make it up to her when we all return. Now just look at all of that. The effort Alice made for Klee and for all of us. All things Dodoco in one spot. It's certainly impressive. And if you take the rest of the islands into consideration, there are simply no words to describe it. It is Alice's work after all. And to think that she was the only one preparing all of this. Or at least, that's what I think. There's a lot of toys around here, all for Klee to use. It's quite odd for Alice to be giving this all to her, but I guess that's the kind of childhood she would want the young knight to have. Carefree and joyful. Oh, look, a little grill. I doubt we're ever going to be using that though. After all that fish blasting saves the time and effort needed for cooking. How does that work though? Cooking fish with bombs. And how do they taste as good as fish cooked normally? Don't you ever wonder that, Traveler? those fishing rods too. Not that useful either. So, this is how you managed to go across the islands? On a boat? Oh, a wave rider. Not much of a difference from any other boat to me. Speaking of which, you wouldn't believe how many times I've been told to freeze the ocean to make a path to other islands. He wasn't even grateful. We would have drowned. Forgive me for my little rant. Give me a moment. Don't mind me. I just needed to wash up a bit. I didn't want to become drowsy all of a sudden. I think this is where we can end our little stroll. I believe the sun is about to rise at this time. So, how was that stroll? Did you take time to take in that fresh sea breeze? I'm glad you enjoyed it, traveler. Well, we'll have to be heading back to Mondstadt in a few days, as per Miss Jean's orders. Well, this place was fun. Don't you agree? Yes, this is surely a wholesome experience. I'm sure that Clea will never forget this moment. She has your trust, honorary knight. Don't let her down, alright? Now it's time for me to spend the morning to explore and look for any treasure, wherever it may be. How could she have known about it? Yes. Sleep well, traveler. You have a big day of helping Barbara keep an eye on Clee tomorrow.